Let's break this all down with Peter Nicholas with the Wall Street Journal. He's been covering the Hillary Clinton campaign extensively. Peter, thank you so much for joining us.
Good to be with you.
A lot to break down here today. I want to ask you first and foremost, we saw both sides seize on the opportunity asking the director of the FBI for more information, something that we typically don't see in an investigation. That being said, how does the next 10 days look for both of these campaigns as they try to get more information?
Well, this is the last thing that Hillary Clinton wanted to be talking about. In July, FBI Director Comey had said this investigation was closed. That was a welcome development for her. She wants to stay on message, try to make a positive case for her candidacy, and if possible, build some sort of a mandate that if she wins, she can exploit and use to govern after the election. So now we have emails injected back into the discussion. We have Anthony Weiner and his sexting scandal that has been reintroduced. She has to deal with this. So this is pretty much the last thing she wanted or expected, and you can almost see the anger and outrage on the part of her campaign chairman, John Podesta, and Hillary Clinton herself when she spoke to the press about this yesterday.
When we see her reaction initially, as I had said, she had wanted more information. This is something that she doesn't want regardless. There's only 10 days left. We've seen polls. She has an honesty and a trust issue. And when we see the director of the FBI come out and say that there is information, he wouldn't release that for no reason at all.
Well, yes. So we really don't know what's in these emails. It's possible that these emails may just be duplicates of emails that the FBI has already reviewed, but there could be new material in here, and it doesn't sound like the FBI really knows. So they want to look into this. They want to see what else is there. It's possible that it could have implications for the investigation. What Comey is saying is maybe it was premature to close the investigation if there's new information out there. He wants to cover himself, cover the FBI, review this, and not be accused after the fact of having sat on this material and not brought this before Congress and the American public and let them know before Election Day. So it's a confusing, unexpected issue and a strange twist in an amazing election year, and we just don't know how it's going to play out. We don't know if Comey and the FBI will go along here with these requests for more information, but the pressure is only going to build on him.
When we look at the trajectory of the race and we look at the polls, we can make predictions. But there are 17 million people who have already cast their ballots, which is a pretty valid point. With all those undecided voters going forward, what does this mean for them?
Well, there's a couple of theories there. So one possibility is this is already baked into the cake. The email issue has been thoroughly discussed and litigated.
So they're fatigued?
Yeah, there might be some email fatigue. But it's also possible that it could mobilize or energize the Republican base. Voters who are undecided, voters who had not thought they would turn out for Donald Trump might be like, you know what, I've just had it with the Clintons, I've had it with this email issue, I'm going to go out and vote. That could have an effect on down ballot races. It could make a difference in tight states like Ohio and Florida. So it's unclear yet exactly how this is going to shake out. It's a pretty bombshell development.
To elaborate just slightly, and I know that we don't have a ton of time, on the fact that there are Republicans who are speaking out who we didn't hear from before, who maybe were saying they were going to vote for Donald Trump, but they were neutral on, you know, maybe not necessarily giving a grandiose endorsement of him. But now we're starting to see them come out and say, listen, we can't have this in the White House.
Right. Well, this reminds voters of some things that they disliked during the Clinton era, that a penchant for secrecy perhaps, or unwillingness to share information, notions of entitlement. And so this resurrects some of those issues, and as I said, it might energize Republican voters and it could make a difference at the margins in some swing states. That said, the polls have shown a pretty solid Hillary Clinton lead leading up to Election Day, and it's not clear that the overall arc of the race, the trajectory of this campaign will be altered by this development.
Okay. I wish we had time to break down some more of the WikiLeaks, but we will certainly have you back. Peter, thank you so much.
Thanks, Elizabeth.